Hi everybody, how's it going on? Please subscribe to my page so that you can get updates on the new makeup tutorials that I do. Okay, we're gonna begin with a Valentine's Day look. Happy Valentine's Day, guys. If you want to know about the eyebrows, just go to the 1 minute mark. And if you want to know about contours, you can go to the 7 minute mark. If you want to know about eyeshadow, you can go to the 4 minute mark. If you want to know about taking care of false lashes, go to the 7 minute mark. And if you want to know about lips, you can go to the 13 minute mark. But I want you to watch the whole video. So right now I'm priming my face with a matte primer. It's called Radiance. It's in the tone yellow. Now I'm going to start my eyebrows. That pencil is by Maybelline. It's called Expert Wear, and it's in the shade of light brown. I use 3 different shades when I do my eyebrows, so I use 3 pencils. I use a light brown one, a dark brown one, and then I use a black one. So I use 3. And right now I'm just filling in my brows. And this is the darker brown that I'm using as the second coat. And this is by Maybelline. And it's in a dark brown. Okay, now this is brow gel, and that's from Clinique. And I use that to touch up my brows in between putting the darker shades on. So I'm just gonna go over my eyebrows with my Clinique pencil, and that's in the color warm brown, and it's called a brow pencil, brow keeper. So I'm just touching them up. And now I'm using the black. The black is by MAC. So that's light brown, medium brown, dark brown, and black, and brow gel. Now what I'm doing is I'm outlining my brows. And I'm using matte concealer. It's in 435. So I'm just going to outline my brows and make sure that they are on fleek. So you just go over the bottom and over the top. Whatever's excess, you can put it under your eyes because you're gonna you use the concealer anyway. You can put it on your eyelids because you're gonna use it for shadow as a primer. So don't worry about getting the concealer other places. Just make sure that you keep the line straight, and you got to make sure that you get the arch really good. Because that's what really counts when it comes to eyebrows, is that arch. Yep, so you just bring down the concealer. Once you outline your brows, you bring the concealer down. And I outlined the top of my brows a little bit just for fun today. I usually don't do it at all, but I mean, it's up to you, whatever you would like to do. Okay, now I'm going to start my eyeshadow. And that is a color called Brick, and it's by MAC. And I love it. You just go across your eyelid and swoop with a wispy brush. So you're just going to swoop it left to right and just try to get it concentrated in the corners. So you're going to do both eyes. And go over until you get the right shade that's right for your color. Because everybody's a different color, different shade. Everybody likes a different pigmentation. So the second one is a purple one from MAC also. And I'm going to use that just right in my crease. Just to give it some depth. And to smoke it out a little bit. So we're just going to put the purple right in the crease. And drag it maybe 1/4 across the eyelid. 25% across the eyelid. It's just going to be right in the corners, just for a smoked out look. This is going to be a soft glam smoked out look. So we're just going to keep getting it right in that crease. And we're also going to like wing it out with a flat brush. So you're going to wing out that smoky purple color. I don't have my glasses on or I'd be able to tell you what the name of it is. Okay, so now on the eyelids, you're going to use just your concealer. And you're just carving out a spot right on top of your lid so you can add some glitter later. So you're going to go ahead and use the concealer. And the glitter I'm using there is called Rose Gold by Tarte. Oh, I added another concealer. That's by Estee Lauder. And that's an even lighter one. So I used my regular concealer and then I used an even lighter one. Just right there in the corners of my eyes. Just to make the glitter pop when you do put it on. There goes the Tarte. And it's in the color Rose Gold. So you just put that right in the corners of your eyes. And if it gets a little messy, you can clean it up with a wispy brush or a clean brush. So you're just going to put it right there on the lid. And I'm going back inside the corners with the purple. You always want to go back. Just to make sure everything is blended perfectly. Okay, great. And I'm just going over again, making sure that it's blended smoothly. And I'm doing under my eyes with the same color brick. And I do the corners of my eyes with the purple too. Just bring it down a little bit on the bottom lid. And I'm going to add some mascara to my bottom lashes. My lashes are individually done, so I don't put mascara when I get my lashes individually done. So I just put mascara on the bottom lashes. That's it. There we go. Right there on the bottom. I actually hate mascara. That's why I like to get my lashes individually done. It's just messy. It's sticky. You rub your eye. It's everywhere. I'm not a big fan. Don't tell anybody I said that. Okay. Now what are we doing here? We're just going back over the eyes. And I'm pushing them up with a tweezer. So that's how... I guess that's my way of wearing mascara when my lashes are done individually. You just use the tweezer and push them up, and it just gives them more length. And I like them natural looking. You don't want something too big, too furry, too fuzzy. Okay, now I'm starting my contour, and I'm using Estee Lauder concealer. The color is called Bronze. I love Estee Lauder, by the way. Double wear. Excellent, excellent products. Especially for people with bad skin. I have eczema, so I can't use a lot of products. But I really can use the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and it doesn't break me out. I really love it. So I'm just putting the concealer on, and then I'm going to start my contour. Now my concealer is a liquid concealer, as you can see. I think I held it up to show it to you. So you're just going to get that concealer all the way up on the sides of the eye for your contour. Okay, now I'm going to be using a powder by Estee Lauder as the contour. So I use the liquid as the concealer, and I'm using a powder as a contour. The powder color is called Amber Honey. And you're just going to get that right on those cheekbones to define them. You want them around you want to put that contour Amber Honey around your forehead, and you want to outline your jawline, and you also want to outline your nose from your brow bone all the way down to the bridge of your nose. And you want to just pack that on. I use my MAC brush. It's a 132, and I use that brush to do the contouring, and it seems to work pretty well for me. So I stick with what works for me, and I love it. There we go. Get the nose. And if you had a wider nose, you could also contour like right under your nose. Right under your nose, and it would make it look a little bit smaller. Or you can even put a line right across the middle of your nose, going horizontally, and that would slender your nose out also. Okay, now this is a stipple brush. The stipple brush leaves the product where you put it instead of using a wispy brush, which moves it around. This kind of, packs it in. So I use that to set my concealer and to set my contour. Now this is the wispy brush that I'm using for a setting powder. And the setting powder is Estee Lauder also, but the color is called Rich Caramel. And it's a little bit lighter than the Amber Honey. And this is what you're going to use a wispy brush for, just to mend everything together so everything blends well and everything looks perfect. You don't want to put too much product on it. That's why you're using a wispy brush, because you don't want it to stay where you put it. You just want it to define everything and make everything look beautiful. Nice, nice, nice. And the longer you blend, the more natural your makeup is going to look. So my motto is blend, blend, and then blend some more. You never blend too much when it comes to makeup. I don't believe so. And you just want a polished look, and you want it to look like it's transitioning perfectly. Now that blush, I just dropped it. It's by Clinique, and it's called Smoldering Plum. And I dropped it first, but it's okay. It's a really pretty soft pink blush. And it just gives me a hint of color with my skin tone. And I didn't want like a really wild and crazy blush, because I have the dark eyes, a smoky eye, and I'm going to be using a red lip for Valentine's Day. So I didn't want to use red cheeks also and look like a clown. This is my favorite part, highlight. That highlight is by Rihanna, Fenty Beauty, and it's called Trophy Wife. And that's my favorite highlight. I mean, it really, really glows. It really glows. Like you saw, as soon as I just tapped my cheeks, it's like right there and it's not going anywhere. Highly pigmented. It's awesome. It's awesome. You can use it on dark colored lipsticks too, and it just brightens everything up. It looks beautiful. But I just put it right there where the light naturally hits my cheeks, right on the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, my Cupid's bow. And I'm going to put a little bit on my brow bone too, on both. Just outline it a little bit to give it just a hint of glow. And a little goes a long way with that Fenty Beauty. Trust me. You should go to Sephora and just play with it and swatch your arm and see how pigmented it is. It's an excellent, excellent highlighter. It's my favorite. And you see I'm trying to loosen up the highlight because it's so pigmented. You tap your face one time and it's like everywhere. So now I'm going to do my lips. And the lip pencil I'm using, I believe it's called Brick by Clinique. And so I'm outlining my lips first. And then I'm going to be using a matte liquid lip. The color, I'm not positive. I believe it's Ruby Woo. And it's in a liquid form. And then I use on top of, so I line my lips with Brick. And then I use the liquid Ruby Woo matte. And then I'm going to top that off with the Ruby Woo lipstick. And that's how you get a bright, bright red. So I'm teaching you guys my tricks today. And once you put that lipstick on top of the liner and the matte liquid lips, it looks wonderful. See how bright